Hello, hello. All right, this is a continuation of the previous video. We'll go ahead and grab our 3mm outer diameter. Don't worry about the slots here. Well, not slots, but these were cut. I had cut for this because I was actually going to make some more of what I've already prepped, but realized I have enough, and that's going to be these fellows right here. All right. Now with this, of course, this chuck doesn't want to stay closed tight as it normally does. So as you can see right here on the knurling, I've been using channel locks, kind of like bite down on it to tighten it up and everything to keep it from flying out. So, all right, just to give it a little rundown with this, we'll take, like I said, 2.1mm drill bit, side of 2mm, or a 1.5mm inner diameter. As you can see, it's already been drilled out, and basically just go through, and you got what you need right there. Once you do that, recommend taking a filing off the outside here. Take some sandpaper, go across the outside, take a little bit of the outer diameter off, for the simple reason is because with some of these, even though it's 3mm, and if you do put your modifications such as threading, undercut, your rattlesnake wafers, and see what happens is your metal gets deplaced and comes inside the chamber itself. So it basically shrinks the inside of the diameter of that chamber, and your modifications that you've made will not work too well with your security pins. That's why there is a saying that, well, at the time I first heard it was from Affinity. Basically, security pins do not like chamber mods, which is true if you don't work them out. So basically, if you thread here and undercut, take you some tubing, push through. Just push on through it, and it should be all right a couple times. Usually what I'll do is I'll thread, push the tube through it, thread again, push the tube through it. And so either way, there'll be something. There'll be the threading for the wafers to bite into, also the head of the nail. Same thing with the undercutting. I like to do my undercutting, over milling first, undercutting, then threading. Especially if it's all in the same chamber. And there's a reason why I like to do it that way. The way I do it is going to be different than someone else does it, and they have their own reasons. So, case whatever the heck you want to, however it's pronounced or enunciated, and anything else. So, like I said, you want to take a little bit of the outside diameter of your tubing as well as your rod that you have inside of there to ensure that it is actually going to work. And I'm going to show you right now with this. Matter of fact, because if you don't do that, let's see, I'm going to turn this, get this right over here to where you see a little bit better. All right. One of these good, you see how that sits up in there? Right up over there. It sits there, but it doesn't want to go all the way in. You have to sit there and kind of force it. And you see it doesn't free fall into that chamber. It still sits right there on the edge. That's another reason why I say, yes, you want to take some sandpaper, either that or something that's not really going to take off too much, even with like your needle files with it spinning, just kind of go over a little bit, then hit it with some sandpaper. And you just want to take a little bit off so these wafers will fall pretty much inside the chamber of that plug. Now, with that being done, like I said, you'll cut your wafers. Like I said, take your file here, cut through. So basically when it comes time, you get these cut, and there's not really a set thickness on these. Some are a little thicker than others, but what I do is I'll look to see where I've cut, and I file both sides. Then if I do not have this bead reamer, if you don't have one of these, use one of your rat tail files. Rat tail files going through the center, and just clean up your cuts. Okay, and you do pretty much the same thing with the 2mm and your your 2mm and everything else. All right, now let's go to your brass. Your brass, it's just like with that, the bigger one. You go to your 2.1mm and see if this is it. Yep. And this is a certain reason why I say that is because that 2.1 will allow you to, where's that piece of, I hate when I do this. All right, here we go, I found it. If you'll see right here, as you'll see, it kind of like glides right up in there. Definitely want to smooth out this so it's not real sharp. Of course, take some sandpaper while it's in the rotary tool, go around the outside, take it down to about 2,000 grit or close, whatever you can get, and that pretty much ensures that when you cut your disc for this, it will glide perfectly across this. As a matter of fact, we'll show you right here with this, and bingo. Ooh. All right, once you've done that, put in time, cleaned up all that. All right, you got now getting a little ahead of myself. Okay, yeah. All right, then we're going to go to your 1mm inner diameter. Grab tweezers so I can get it right here. I'll take it up to the Dremel, rotor tool, whatever, doesn't make a difference. Whichever rotor tool you got, just as long as it works and does what you need. Now, you don't have to get these brand new, you can get them refurbished. But this is what I do with that. Is this right here is an M 1.2 tap. You can get these by themselves. That's usually the one I usually use. And it pretty much goes in, and you sit there and just go that way till you basically thread, and you take it out. Be careful, because you can break that inside of there. I've done it several times in the years I've been doing this, so it's nothing new. And here we go. Okay, there we go. Yeah, as you can tell, it's kind of getting on its last leg a little bit, but still been a champ. And of course, see right here, you look about how much you want, when you cut it. Then you cut it, make the mark, cut all the way through. Once you cut all the way through, like I said, it basically you have the back side. And when you use it with the back side, I'll explain to you later in another video during this whole process what you can do with that. All right. So we are now at a good stopping point on this one, and we will kind of carry on from here. We will talk about the threading of the nails, go through, actually I'll probably use my guinea pig right here, the one that had the wafer that would not go inside the plug, and we'll set it out of the way so we don't get confused with anything else. This is where we'll take pick up on the next one. Just watch this, see how everything kind of goes. this is pretty much a throw together of the process. You might have a different progression of how you may want to go. This is just basically showing you what I'm doing with these pieces, how I get these pieces, how I put them together. And if it gets a little confusing, by all means, ask in the comments, and I will gladly help get sorted out with any of the things that are confusing. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, with that being said, I am going to stop the video here. I notice I got some other things I'm going to have to talk about when it comes to making these pins in the next video. All right. Take care.